Before I decided to record a few thoughts about addictions and teenagers, I decided to check with someone and I asked the question why the teenagers have higher chance of getting addicted to different substances when compared to older adults, like let's say 40 years old people, 60 years old people. And the person said that 60 years old are wiser, they have a more life experience, and they make wiser choices. Um, I don't want to argue with that explanation, but it doesn't click in from my perspective. I see people getting drunk like older adults, like 60, 50 years old, getting drunk all the time, and they have some wisdom. I see wise people smoking. So, and you would argue that those people started to smoke or to drink or do other things earlier in life. Yeah, so it makes sense. Depends how you want to convince me that it makes sense. My explanation, it's a bit different. So I got home about an hour ago, and it's after midnight. It's 12:35, and my bedtime is long, long expired. Oh, I'm super tired. So I came from work, and on the crosswalk there were a bunch of teenagers, and almost everyone had a cell phone, and they were like walking like zombies with a face in the cell phone on the screen. And probably they just thought of crossing the the street, and that was the only decision, only reason that they looked somewhere else just to locate where is the crosswalk button, and that's it. Otherwise they are like connected to whatever it's on the screen that gives them that feeling. Otherwise, if they don't get a feeling, a good feeling, they will not use the cell phone, right? So that's the kind of a definition of addiction. It's a habit, or it's an action that is repeated in search of a good feeling. So it could be porn, addicted to cigarettes, to a chemical. Um, so why the teenagers are prone to get addicted more easier? Explanation, and I'll try to conclude this video explanation, is that the younger people have a better learning ability. So what happens? You are curious as a young person. You are curious because there is an energy and an amount of energy on the body, on the mind, that allows you to do certain things better, or your you can do those more often than older people. So you have that life spark that makes you curious, makes you want to learn new things, makes you want to conquer the world. So those traits uh, can be used to learn what pleases the body, what makes your body feel good, because you use this body in search for certain feelings, among other things. You search for those feelings, and the body is the easiest way to obtain those feelings. So like lots of people watch porn and please themselves, because the body, it's a machine that connected to the mind, and the mind is monitoring the body. And since the body is able to produce pleasure, that's the easiest and cheapest way to get a good pleasure or good feeling from the body. Now, when people discover by trying, by curiosity, or by copying trends or peer pressure, when they discover other substances, even they pay money for it, but substances that give them a, a pleasurable feeling or a state that is better than their current state, those people would try those, and if the feeling they expect is good, then they will go back. And that's part of the learning process, or curiosity and learning. And then the body is learning. So the system makes the whole process automatic. So you are curious, you discover what's feeding the pleasure, which is part of the learning. Then next step is repeat the experience until it becomes automatic. Once it becomes automatic, it's the addiction kicks in, and it's very difficult to remove that, because you would need a more powerful pleasure or more powerful emotion that can replace the addictive substance, a result, like what the addictive substance does to the body. So that's kind of the idea. The teenagers have more energy, more curiosity, and learn better learning ability, and it's in their disadvantage when it's about getting addicted or teaching the body to do stupid stuff. Okay, so letting you go. Maybe someone did the research about this one, but yeah, it just came to mind when I saw these teenagers not be able to focus to important things, but able to focus on something silly that gives them a pleasure, because that's probably their only source of pleasure in life. Otherwise, probably their life sucks. So letting you go. I have to catch some sleep. Bye bye.